I have 3 kids, and one of our favorite games to play together is this game, Spot It. It's a interesting game because there's 55 cards, and you flip over 2 cards at a time, and you say which one symbol matches. You call it out real quickly, and whoever gets that symbol, that match first, gets a set of cards. Whoever gets the most cards wins. Now, it's kind of hard to find the matches, and I just found it's the blue dolphin here between the 2 of these. And ironically, there's only one match no matter what way you mix these cards up. Anyway, there's always one match. Now, this is not an advertisement for the game, although it is a game worth playing, if nothing else, just from a mathematical geek perspective. But maybe it's possible your customers are playing Spot It on your own website, but not for fun. How could that be? Is it possible that you have products on your website that all look the same for all intents and purposes, and yet they're different, and they're maybe different in critical ways? How do your customers know to tell the difference? That's something we're thinking about. I'm Joseph, president here at SwiftOtter, and I'm excited to bring this information to you. This comes from our learning, our research, our conversations, questions that were asked from merchants. I want to make this incredibly helpful for you to help you succeed and thrive as an e-commerce manager, marketing, whatever your title is here, but we're related to e-commerce. That is why we are here to help you be successful. Now, speaking of being successful, before we jump in, sign up for our eCom Buzz newsletter. It's really easy to do. There's a QR code here, link in the description below. It's delivered to your inbox every other Thursday, noon Eastern time. It's there. It's available for you, and I think you're going to enjoy it. No fluff, just stuff. We cut through all that nonsense that's out there. No advertising garbage. This is straight information to help you make you successful. Let's jump into the news here for this week. Now, drama. Nobody likes drama, and there's a lot of it that's happening in the WordPress space. You see, there is a trademark, WordPress, and WordPress.org, to my understanding, is mostly owned by or controlled by this company called Automatic, not spelled the normal English way. There is also another company involved in this whole conversation called WP Engine, a hosting provider. And the president or CEO, whatever his title is, Matt at Automatic, is having this beef with WP Engine. And whatever is going on, I think there's probably more going on under the surface than that's actually being shared about. It sounds kind of bad. And I'm not pointing fingers. I don't certainly want to get into this type of a problem. But it's causing a lot of challenges in the market, to the extent that WP Engine hosted websites do not now have access to the WordPress.org like engine and updates and all that stuff. So it's kind of a problem, considering that 43%, and I mean 43%, that's just 7 points less than 50% of the internet is powered by WordPress. And attackers are always going to be looking for the biggest target. Keeping your WordPress up to date is critical. And now if you're on a WP Engine, not being able to get your WordPress site up to date, it's a mess. It's an absolute mess. I say this not to try to, get involved in some other people's business, but it's your business if it relates to WordPress, as it relates to WordPress. And if your site is on WordPress, I think it's important to call out. So just follow along. I have some links here, some good information about this. Probably no action immediately necessary. Hopefully they get all worked out without having to go through the courts. But at the end of the day, you probably need to be apprised as far as what is happening here. Second here, I'm doing something that I don't normally do yet, but perhaps I'm going to start doing it more. And that is providing some more short form based information here in this news section. I have 2 links here from Twitter, or now X, that are really powerful, and I think some super good information that's consolidated down, and I highly recommend reading that. Information is in the links below. Check these out. I think you will find them well worth the read. Let's jump into the meat of our conversation here today. this game of Spot It. It's fun playing with our kids, but it's just not something we want our customers to do. It's friction. Like I'm looking through the stack here. Let me grab these 2 cards. Which items on this one match? And then I start say there's no items on these 2 that match. And then I was like, oh wait, the cheese does match. It does. And it's fun to play with your kids, but it's not fun for a customer. They're like, what is the difference between all of these different items here? Which means your customers are playing this game, and before they finish playing the game and find a winner, they have clicked back out of your website, increasing your bounce rate, which actually can decrease your search engine rankings, because the more people click back out of your website, the more irrelevant Google thinks your website is for this specific search term. That's not good. That is not good. So, what are we going to do about it? Well, I'm going to present 3 options to you. 3 ways that I believe you are going to massively win in this process. And the first one is actually not even one that you really have to get any dev time involved, which is a huge one right there. We're going to talk about it. I normally like to include mockups or designs in these type of conversations. I'm not doing that here because I don't like to point fingers at a company to say your website experience sucks. We're not doing that. So instead, what we are going to do is show some mockups. With that, here is what I would say is a mockup of a poorly designed category page. We see all these smart logic cases, and we see they are for what iPhone? Well, we can kind of figure that out, but there's nothing to make it stand out. Maybe if the smart logic case was longer, because it's kind of the same length of a title, makes it a little bit easier. It's kind of on that second line, but it's a mock-up, right? It doesn't take care of all the permutations possible. There's a whole bunch of ways that this iPhone could be completely scattered across the board. So, well, maybe that's number 1 or point 1 is to use the same naming logic in these type of cases. But that's not what we're going for here. Instead, I think I've talked about this here on the eCom Buzz here before. Instead, utilize modifiers. So basically, all of these products you see there for different phone models. Well, if they're all for just a similar differentiator, whether it be phone model or case color, which, you put those together and that makes it even worse if that was the case, which, by the way, is how it is in your ERP probably. You're going to have a single SKU for each one of these items, a single SKU for iPhone 15 purple, iPhone 15 orange, iPhone 15 blue, iPhone 15 pink, and it's going to go that way all across the board. But we have to group those together. And when we group them together, we end up with an experience that looks like this. Now, which is more usable? Well, this is definitely more usable. So we have our category page right here, which is just a simple link pointing us over to our product page. And there our customer can select the phone model, select the case color, and then click add to cart, and also have a price that changes over here, which is great. This is a far better experience. Now, it's not going to cover every single type of permutation. There might be some cases where the products are different enough that you really don't feel comfortable putting them on the same page. I would argue that we want to make sure we are looking at this from the customer perspective, not your internal or your ERP perspective. Yes, that's how it is in your ERP, but we need to make this so this is how the customer wants to browse the website, how the customer feels like it's most intuitive. And this using modifiers in this way is a huge step forward. But again, there may be some cases where this is not the best approach for your customers. So with that, well, what can we do? Take a look at this route. And again, this is a little bit more decorated than what we saw in the first category listing. This is a mock-up. But what we're doing here is calling out as, I would say, like a tag. So we have iPhone 15, iPhone 14, 12, etc. We have our product title, which is stylistically the same as it was previously, but now we're adding a attention getting tag here. So it could be any different types of things. We often put For example, we did this very thing with Jay Thomas here recently, where for on the category page, there is the wood type. We do this honestly on a lot of the websites that we build out. We always put a differentiator here where it's going to look a little bit similar, but it just doesn't make sense for a variety of reasons to combine it all into one product page. So we need to make sure it's easily and well called out here on this page, on the category page. The other thing is that many, maybe all given apps, e-commerce platforms have the capability to compare. Fairly simple. So all you have to do is check the boxes, and then it builds this compare list, and then you can see what the differences are. Now, that only works if you have actual attributes in the system to compare, which is a really valuable thing that you should probably have anyways, is making sure all your products have a long list of attributes between them. So that's number 2. Make sure the category page is well annotated with information to make these decisions. Now, number 3 ties onto this as far as it's going to take a little bit more work. Number 1 was, honestly, you don't have almost any dev work to do. There is going to be some internal work to get the data pulled together and make sure it's massaged correctly. Option number 2, annotating the category page, is going to be fairly straightforward, a little bit of dev work. This one is going to be the most dev work, but I think you're going to see how powerful this is for the user experience. Take a look here. So we have our product page, and this is our product image, our add to cart button that you saw earlier. Here's our description. And there's always, are you interested in, or a frequently purchased with section here, so whatever you want to call it. But in this case, what we can do is set other product types so that maybe, again, they're similar. And then we call out the differences here via a tag, as well as a list of specifications. Amazon does this all the time on those products, and it's really powerful because customers, let's say they land on this page, this is not exactly what they want. Our goal is to capture them here as opposed to them clicking back and going onto our competitor's website, maybe finding a better match there. Keeping them on our website, allowing them to go find that relevant product is critical. Now, hopefully your breadcrumbs are in place. You know, those links at the top where it says like home and then the name of the category and then your product name. Hopefully those are also in place, and hopefully your category page also looks really sharp to help them find that right product there. So they have lots of options, all intuitively placed to get them to the right destination. You know, I hope you found this helpful. This is stuff that's easy to overlook, but is absolutely critical when helping your customers get to the product that they need to get to. And that's our goal as e-commerce managers, to get them to that product as quickly as possible. So with that, I'm going to sign off. Hope you found this helpful. And if you did, please do share it with a fellow e-commerce manager. I hope you join me next time for another video here in 2 more weeks.